Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Most of you guys texted me about the previous video and you guys learned many useful things from that episode. I'm thanking God for all of you and love you guys for your support. Okay, let's move on to today's video. The topic that I'm gonna share with you today is parable. Jesus told a parable to the disciples which includes the crucifixion of the Son of God. It's the parable of the tenants. So let's read from Matthew chapter 21, verse 33 through 41. Listen to another parable. There was a landowner who planted a vineyard. He put a wall around it, dug a wine press in it, and built a watchtower. Then he rented the vineyard to some farmers and went away on a journey. When the harvest time approached, he sent his servants to the tenants to collect his fruit. The tenants seized his servants. They beat one, killed another, and stoned a third. Then he sent other servants to them, more than the first time, and the tenants treated them in the same way. Last of all, he sent his son to them. They will respect my son, he said. But when the tenants saw the son, they said to each other, "This is their heir. Come, let's kill him and take his inheritance." So they took him and threw him out of the vineyard and killed him. Therefore, when the owner of the vineyard comes, what will he do to those tenants? He will bring those wretches to a wretched end, they replied. And he will rent the vineyard to other tenants, who will give him his share of the crop at harvest time. Here, landowner represents God the Father, vineyard represents the people of God, farmers represents the chief priest and Pharisees, servants represent God's prophets, and son represents Jesus Christ. God the Father has created the mankind and has chosen Israel, the people of God. But they did sin against God and gone away from God. So God anointed some kings, judges to rule over them and to teach them the commandments of God. But they also forsake God by following traditions and turned against him. So God raised prophets among Israel to condemn the sins and their transgressions. But they were beaten, killed, and stoned. Finally, God sent his own Son, Jesus Christ, to this world to save the people from the hands of the devil. But the chief priests and Pharisees intended to kill him, and they crucified him in the cross. So Jesus took the cross for the salvation of the whole world. And one day, God will come to judge the world. So on that day, none can escape. The eyes of those who kill Jesus will also see him. The Lord will bring judgment upon the earth. So, this is the pretty awesome parable Jesus told about the wicked farmers, crucifixion of Christ, and the final judgment. That's all for today's episode. And you guys don't stop with this. Try to read more and meditate more about this parable. May God reveal many good things to you. Catch you guys in the next episode.